the World Wrestling Federation champion, the Ultimate Warrior, and his tag team partner, the Intercontinental champion, Texas Tornado, take on Mr. Perfect and ravishing Rick Rude. Ultimate Warriors all pumped up and ready to go. Talk about a whirlwind of a team, considering you've got a tornado and you've got a warrior. And on the other side, you've got two men that think they're absolutely perfect and think there's nothing wrong with them. They think they're ravishing. They think they're perfect. Yada, yada, yada. All this good stuff about themselves. They think those championships should be wrapped around their waists. I wonder, with all this tension between these two teams, if we're ever actually going to be able to get this match started. And it seems we might be able to soon. Ultimate Warrior just wants to get his hands on Mr. Perfect. And it seems the WWF champion is going to start this matchup. Mr. Perfect was trying to get in the face of Tornado. And the tag was made by Warrior to Texas Tornado, and Mr. Perfect going right after Texas Tornado, who switches it around, exploding with hammering fists away at Mr. Perfect, who gets sent flying over the top. And the same can be said about Rick Rude and the intensity going on right now. Once again, but this time, Mr. Perfect sent flying over the opposite side. Talk about a hot start. And a clunk of the heads. Bobby, the Brain Heenan, checking on Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude. This is the point after such an intense start to this match. You have to reevaluate the situation. Perhaps even come up with a whole new game plan. You go into a match like this set with a game plan. This is what we're going to do. We know their weaknesses. This is how we're going to take them down. But then such an intense and hot start happens, and you have to refocus and get back on track. Mr. Perfect getting back in the ring. Texas Tornado waiting for him. What a thunderous chop by Perfect to Tornado. And exploding with a clothesline is Texas Tornado. And again. Goes for a cover. Will it be enough to put away Perfect? And it's not quite enough. And sending Mr. Perfect to the opposite corner now. Going to work now on the arm. And you saw that Texas Tornado just gave this smirk to Rick Rude, showing, hey, you're going to watch me do this to your tag team partner. However, now we're in the corner and referee Earl Hebner's calling for the rope break. Mr. Perfect finally gets a tag to Rick Rude. This was certainly needed. A breath of fresh air for the team of Perfect and Rude, now that Rude can finally get involved in this matchup. Up and over, and a tag is made. The Ultimate Warrior has been tagged in, and it could get a lot worse for Rick Rude. On an atomic drop. So Rude, Mr. Perfect tried to get in the ring, but off that atomic drop, Rude got sent flying into Mr. Perfect. And an explosion in the corner, spine first, and just launching back. And again. And face planting. Rick, that ravishing face of Rude into the mat. Almost got sent into some dangerous territory right where Texas Tornado is. And speaking of Texas Tornado, once again, the legal man in this match with a discus right to the face and looking to follow it up with a beautiful suplex as Rick Rude reaches right for that lower back that's already starting to see some wear, following some really intense shots to the back. Oh, come on. That was cheap. And the ref didn't see it. I'm so sick of this. I mean, now the tag's official. Mr. Perfect tried to get in the ring before the ref could fully see the tag being made, giving the ref to start his count. And just leaped over, snapping the neck through. Turning his attention now, looking to fade away Texas Tornado, trying to fade down the Intercontinental Champion. Ultimate Warrior trying to rally the crowd to hype up Texas Tornado to make the tag, to get the fresh man in the match. And the tag's been made. Rick Rude, now the legal man, going to go to work on Texas Tornado. Rick Rude would surely love to be the Intercontinental Champion. Much the same that Mr. Perfect would love to be the World Wrestling Federation Champion, and vice versa. You gotta want to be the champion. And both titles are the two of the most prestigious titles in WWF today. Ultimate Warrior trying to just fight the life through his battle scream into Texas Tornado, trying to pump up the Intercontinental Champion. Now the question is, can Texas Tornado fight through this bear hug grip from Ravishing Rick Rude? It's a long way to the corner to make that tag, and the cymbal clap to the head and an inverted atomic drop. Not going to feel good for the family jewels, but Mr. Perfect is right there to drag away Texas Tornado and just kicking right at the hamstring. This is just, I guess this was that reevaluated plan that Perfect, Rude, and Heenan were coming up with after the fiery start by Ultimate Warrior and Texas Tornado. Just torquing at the ankle right now of Tornado. Things are starting to look bleak for the Intercontinental Champion. Saying that he will break the ankle of Texas Tornado. Pulling on the hair, trying to fight free. There's going to have to be a whole new life of hope. So close to make the tag. Rick Rude takes a shot at Ultimate Warrior. And again, referee Earl Hebner telling him he's got to get out of the ring. He's not legal. So close yet so far, as we're back in enemy territory. Well, enemy territory for Texas Tornado. It's as friendly as it's going to get for Ravishing Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect to be keeping the fresh man in the match at all times. They've done a great job at isolating Texas Tornado from the Ultimate Warrior. They know once the Ultimate Warrior is in the ring, things are gonna pick up. It's like getting shocked. It's getting a quick shock, and it just jolts your entire body back to life. And that's exactly what a tag could do for this matchup if Ultimate Warrior can get in this ring and add a whole new ounce, a whole new layer of intensity into this tag team matchup. Texas Tornado tried to take a shot at Mr. Perfect, but there's just been too much damage done to him. The exhaustion has really starting to show and settle in on the Intercontinental Champion. Doesn't seem that Mr. Perfect has to do much to get Tornado back into the corner. And you can hear Bobby Heenan in the background saying exactly what they need to do, telling them what to do, barking orders. And again, was choking out Texas Tornado with that tag rope for a little bit. An accidental drop kick. And finally, the tag's been made. Ultimate Warrior's finally in the match. And an explosion erupts in the arena as the Ultimate Warrior finally gets tagged in the match. A new life, new energy, and a whole lot of charisma by the World Wrestling Federation champion. And a shoulder tackle exploding off the ropes and a splash into the mat. And there it is. There's the victory. The Intercontinental and World Wrestling Federation champions are victorious. Ultimate Warrior, when was needed the most, he was there. The tag was made by Texas Tornado. And the desperation that was so much needed, they got the tag. That being Texas Tornado to Ultimate Warrior, and the celebration as Ultimate Warrior swings his championship around in victory over Ravishing Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect. What a match and what a comeback to turn things around.